Man was catfished by his own dad.
Oh, I had that story too.
But says it made them closer than ever.
Yeah.
They're fucking now. A Hollywood actor and filmmaker has opened up about falling victim to a catfishing scheme by his own dad. When he was 20 years old, James Morosini was flattered to receive a Facebook message from an attractive young girl named Becca. It wasn't long before the pair talked, and every day sharing their love for all the same interests that eventually led to a cyber romance.
Wait. So did the dad know it was him?
Well, the dad's trying to get like back in his life, so he's like created this fake girl that he thinks his son will like, basically. However, after investing much of himself in Becca, James soon found out he was being catfished by his own dad. James' dad had posed as an attractive girl in order to reconnect with his estranged son. Morosini, who had appeared on HBO's The Sex Lives of College Girls, spoke to the Daily Beast about his unique experience, which he has now turned into a film. Morosini explained, "I took the kernel of what actually happened and extrapolated upon that and used my imagination to push it to the furthest degree of what if it had gone even further in this direction, or, what if I hadn't found out, or what if it had taken me longer to find out." Now 31, James's film, I Love My Dad, premiered at South by Southwest Film Festival over the weekend. The Passion Project documents James's character struggle with a disappointing father figure before he decides to cut off all contact and block his number and social media accounts. The father, played by Patton Oswalt, becomes desperate to rebuild his relationship with his son, so much so that he decides to set up a fake profile to contact him. In a cruel twist of fate, James's feelings begin to turn romantic, and the movie tracks his growing affection towards his dad. It begins with romance and flirting, but eventually escalates to much more sinister acts such as sexting and cybersex. The film reaches its pinnacle when James realizes Becca has the same email address as his father, finally forcing him to see the truth. By this point, James and his dad had already reunited during therapy, and surprisingly, he believes the experience actually drew them closer together. It was us hitting that rock bottom in our relationship, but it forced us to confront some of the foundational problems of our relationship, and actually caused things between him and I to get a lot better over time, because we had to talk about it, James said. They have a great relationship today, he added. I mean...
That seems shady as hell, man. I would not be okay with that.
Do you think he sent his dad dick pics?
I mean, he was horny for him at some point.
That's a horrible thought to have, like, in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Just laying around. Told my dad I want to see his boobs.
What if his dad, gave him vag pics, and it was like,
no.
it turned out to be his mom?
Man, no, that's terrible. That's just... I mean...
Luckily,
Now he kills people for money.
luckily, our dad can't even turn on a computer, so we're safe.
He hires some programmer to help him. I got to get them back on track. That's terrible. No, I wouldn't be on board with that. That seems so shady, too. It's like he knew that the son wouldn't approve of him being in his life unless he, wedged his way in first in that weird manner, it just seems so, underhanded.
It'd be funny if he was chatting with a girl. He's like, "So what do you want to do?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Hang out with you and your dad."
Tell me more about your dad.
He sounds like a cool guy.
You should spend more time with him.
I'm sure he's not as shitty as you say. You probably don't know the whole story.
I bet he wanted to be there for you. Oh my god.
Oh man.